And look at the energy and the chemistry between the artists on stage. Right here is primetime Young Money and
Damn.
I wanted to read this one to you guys. I was hoping that people would see this tweet because I saw this tweet and I felt like it was really interesting because it said, "Are you really a fan of hip hop if one of your favorite rappers never disappointed you?" And I feel like this is so important, especially after what I just said, because I feel like a lot of conversations these days on music is restricted because of like fans not being able to take criticism of their favorite artists, like the Barb's getting in they feel. I think it's important to acknowledge this because it's like a lot of people don't understand where I think in our fan base, in the bars fan base, like a lot of people don't understand where like people are like me are coming from. And I felt like this was really interesting because I went through this thread and I saw other hip hop fans not really, talk about Nicki Minaj. They were just talking about their favorite rappers and how they disappointed them. And are you really a fan of hip hop if your favorite rapper has never disappointed you? I think that's a really important question because I actually think that being a rapper is the hardest job ever. It's the hardest job ever because you have to be perfect at this job. And if you are not perfect at this job, you receive the utmost criticism for real, for real. And it's just true. It's just a fact. Drake is at the top, and he is receiving the utmost criticism right now. And I want to speak specifically to being a rapper is a hard job because the hardest part of your job is to defend your throne, and any real rapper should be prepared to defend. And that means a rap beef. You should, if you don't feel like you could ever participate in a rap beef with bars, you should not be a rapper. Okay. And so for me personally, I don't really like the way that Nicki handles rap beef. None of her rap beefs has been super impressive to me. And I feel like that's where Nicki disappoints me personally. That's one of the ways in which Nicki has disappointed me, especially this year and how she handled Megan with his. I just want to leave that with people because it's like nobody's trying to hate on nobody. Nobody's trying to hate on Nicki Minaj. Nobody's trying to be a fake barb. Like nobody's trying to be a fake fan. It just be facts are facts and like people feel how they feel. I think your strategy is just as important as what you're saying on your track. Okay. Your strategy is important because a lack of strategy equals a losing battle. And I'm not talking about just exchanging bars, right? Because in both of these battles with Megan and Kendrick, it is bigger than the artist. The artist, the Megan and Kendrick, they're the pawn. The artist, Nicki and Drake, is fighting their corporate giants and machines. And it takes strategy. Okay. You cannot be all over the place when it comes to all of this shit. And I feel like that's how Nicki has been. And not even just during the Bigfoot week, but subsequently, this whole year, like moving her releases back and telling us that she's dropping, but she's not dropping because she thinks that Rock Nation is going to drop. She thinks Megan is going to drop. She thinks Lotto is going to drop. Like, okay, I understand you playing a game to a certain extent, but I feel like the fans have suffered because of this. And I don't feel like we should be going through this for real, for real. Like, we're here to support our artists during their whatever, like literally whatever. I will support you through whatever, but I don't want to be played with for real, for real. And I feel like just like how Nicki talks about fans being used by the industry, she uses us too, and she has a right to use us because she built us. She built this fan base, but I feel like it's been a little bit too much. It's been a little bit overboard, and I feel like sometimes I'm being used in ways that I don't really like. I don't really like that, and so that's disappointing to me. And I think that you should be able to admit if your favorite artist has disappointed you because bitch nobody's gonna take you seriously. Like if I listen to a lot of Kendrick and Drake fans go back and forth, and when you hear these conversations, you respect somebody who's able to admit like yo, like my friend Danny last night just said like yo, he definitely a OVO stan, but he said he literally said even with all of the information we have, we can still admit that Drake is taking a huge risk right now, and it is career suicide if this does not go his way. This could be career suicide. And if you're a Drake fan and you can admit that, but also still support him through that, I will respect you 10 times more than if you just say, yeah, Drake ain't never did nothing wrong. All of these niggas mad. What? Are you stupid or are you slow? Is she still dropping the deluxe next month? I don't know, child. And if she don't drop the deluxe, I'm gonna be mad and I'm gonna have something to say about it. Because once again, you told us she was doing something and you didn't do it because you thought somebody else was gonna do something else. And girl, that is not my problem. I'm sorry, because Young Money is the weaker link in the war, so they need the people. They dead need us. They need the fans, and Drake need his fans. Like another, great person, amazing person, funny person was saying on the space. This is the time for the fans to show up for Drake, right? Like, and I'm not saying oh you should show up for. I'm saying if you really care about Drake this much, and Drake decides to go independent, this is the time to show that like how we do with Nicki and we buy her, buy. It's time to do that for Drake so that he can prove to universal. Why they should give him a billion. I just want to make sure that we acknowledge that duality because our favorite rappers are also humans and we can acknowledge that. But also, I really hold rappers to a really high standard. And like I said, strategy is just as important as your bars when it comes to, this battle stuff like that. And Young Money got to get it together. They got to get it together for real, for real. Kendrick versus Wayne. I think I said this earlier, but I don't want Kendrick and Wayne going back and forth. Absolutely not. Wayne needs to shut the fuck up. Once again, it's gonna be Young Money to the death of me. Wayne, stand down. Nicki, stand down. Everybody stand down and just let Drake do what he gotta do. Point blank, period. Because if you agitate them, when you agitate Megan and Kendrick and one thing about them, they stab you where it hurts. They gonna stab you where it hurts. They don't poke, they stab. So it's just like and it's just like you have to your strategy got to be on point because when you do something to agitate them, you know that they're the puppets. So the one who pulling strings behind the scenes is going to do something to fuck up your shit, right? Fucking up your release. So when Drake and Nicki swing back, they gotta swing. They gotta swing hard, but they also gotta swing smart because they know that when the other side swing back, it's not just one person. The industry is coming at y'all. Okay, so and I don't know if I said this on YouTube. I think I did, but I let me just move on. Okay, Drake versus Kendrick. I don't want Wayne responding to Kendrick in an official way. This is absolutely too much already, for real, for real. And I don't want to make it seem like I'm downplaying Wayne's skill or ability, but I don't really feel like Wayne could go toe to toe with Kendrick right now. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see like another Young Money person going at it with Kendrick. Definitely not. Like it's gonna look too fucking crazy. It's gonna look too crazy, and it's gonna look way too messy. And I once again, I really don't think that Wayne is prepared for this right now. I really don't. I really don't. And I don't think that whatever Kendrick did, if we're only talking about what Kendrick said in his song, I don't even think that even warrants a response. Yeah, it may warrant a phone call, but it definitely don't warrant like nothing. Like in this like since when? Like since when does Wayne have to do all of this? And that's my whole thing with Young Money. Since when? But it's okay. It's kind of okay because it's like I appreciate Wayne speaking up about the Super Bowl situation so that we could see it. But my nigga, this is a motherfucking pawn. Let Drake handle that nigga. Like, let Drake handle him. Like, Drake more powerful than both Nicki and Wayne. Let that nigga handle it. Like, what are we doing right now? Young Money just moving all over the place. Like, girl, like, oh my God, that is gonna piss me off so fucking much if Wayne does that, bro. I think Wayne is being pressured to do something, and his pride might make him go to the booth. I hope he won't fall for it. You gotta be, you're right. Wayne is definitely being influenced. And I don't know if it's Nicki or Drake or both, or maybe just like his more immediate circle, like a back main, like the people who he actually be with every day. I don't know, but I definitely do. There are external factors happening, which is even why Wayne is speaking up because Wayne has never really spoken up before. So yes, I do think there is some pressuring going on. I feel a Big Three song coming. Absolutely not. I could see it, but would it really benefit them? I think if they do it right. Okay, so tell me about that, Abioni. What would doing it right look like? Lizzie said, I have no idea what Nicki thinks of this. She probably thinks it's hypocritical. Yeah, she probably do. I think the world is hype on K. Juice. Wayne is too legendary to respond to him. Wayne used to beef with Jay-Z. Of all people, why would he reduce himself to K. You right. You right. And just this is why, like, Birdman, it's really fuck Birdman for real, because it's just like it's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. Why Drake and Wayne is getting sunned by Jay-Z. Because see, Wayne can't even speak up against Jay-Z because it's like, nigga, I pay your motherfucking bills. Why I paid your bills? Because your fucking father, Birdman, took your fucking money. So it's like, you can't, why stick up for me now when you the reason why I'm in this situation? You the reason I can't defend myself. You the reason I can't defend my artist. And I really want to know because I don't think that we know the truth. But I don't think that Wayne not showing up to Gag City, I don't think that it's because he missed a motherfucking flight. I don't think so. When after the shit really popped off with the Super Bowl, I saw a tweet, so it could have been anybody. It don't got to be true, but somebody said the industry pressured Wayne to stay away from Nicki so that he could get his opportunity, stuff like that. And it seemed like he did what he was supposed to do. Why he didn't come to Gag City? I think Wayne popped out on Drake Blast Tour or something like that. I don't know if it was the one with 21 Savage, but he definitely popped out. Although I do believe yes, Young Money should be united or whatever, and we know that that's like really never going to happen genuinely unless they like Young Money has to really come to the table and strip their egos. Like Nicki got to take her ego off, Drake got to take his ego off, Wayne. I don't really feel like Wayne operates too much from ego, but Drake and Nicki definitely do because they have to have a true, like a real heart to heart conversation on like what really happened between them and Young Money and why they decided to do whatever they did and how did we get here? How did we get here? From here? From here? Look at them on stage together. The big three on stage. Like, how do we get here? When I was looking for this video, I was looking at, I was trying to find a video of like Nicki and Birdman, but like it came up, Nicki and them on stage. Because remember in 2022, that was when at OVO Fest in Toronto. Remember August 22, Wayne and Nicki and the whole Young Money, it was a Young Money reunion. They popped out at OVO Fest, right? And but I feel like during that night, watching that performance, and if you watch it back, I would like you to go watch it back. Go watch that performance back if you could find it. Watch this one right here and look at the energy and the chemistry between the artists on stage. Right here is primetime Young Money, and on that stage in 2022 with Drake and Nicki and Wayne, I did not feel the same energy between them. I felt that it was very awkward. I felt that the spacing on stage was awkward. I just felt a lot of awkward energy between them. I definitely feel like Nicki and Wayne have their relationship. Nicki and Drake are on and off, but I don't really know how Drake and Wayne are. I feel like Wayne is a cool ass nigga, so it's like it's really no whatever. But it's like it gotta be something. It gotta be something.